Into the Void Anime.
Joey Bra.
Ash.
Back with another Vinland Saga reaction. This time we got Season 2, Episode 22, The King of Rebellion. Who's the King of Rebellion here?
Me.
Damn. The last episode, a very good one. We have Canute on the ground. Thorfinn is for sure going to go talk to him, man. No matter what it takes. He's going to take 100 punches from this big-ass man.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of people showing courage last episode. Omar deciding to call off the fight, if you want to call it that, but deciding to call back the troops, not caring what his older brother thought. Thorgal, disappointed, walks away. Yeah, and the only person not showing too much courage was King Canute, man. Straight up just saying, I don't want to talk to Thorfinn. Kind of not wanting to, I don't know, confront the past or think of a weaker version of him. I don't quite know. But also, Thorfinn was insane, like we said. So maybe he just doesn't want to get killed either by the wild man Thorfinn was.
Yeah.
But either way.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How people are capable of that drastic of change.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get too deep into it already. Let's just start.
No, yeah, for sure.
We haven't even watched the episode yet.
Yeah, let's do it. Episode 22, The King of Rebellion.
You think he's going to make it to 100?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like someone's going to call it off. Like, dude, just stop. At like 40. No,
yeah.
60. They're like, he's shown you.
100, man.
He's shown you enough.
He said there's a trick to getting
The dude's hand is going to get tired.
It might, by the time, honestly. 100? That's a good workout, like on a punching bag, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
100 punches. We're at 16 already.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like giving it his all every time. Oh, that was a kick, man. I guess he did just say hits. Yeah, he's out of breath already.
Oh my god, was I right?
He was only 20 in.
He has such beautiful hair.
I know. Oh, threw him off.
$32. I said 40 at first, and then I said 60. Ah, he's gonna get back up. He's doing this for peace.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for the farm.
Oh, god damn.
Middle part.
God damn.
He looks like Askeladd right there.
He does.
What the hell's this dude made out of? Einar understands. He gets it.
Oh, they're not even having fun anymore. Damn. God, his face is You're a true warrior.
He said no.
Yeah.
Under no circumstances. Damn. You have no enemy. Oh, God. Oh, he said it!
He said it!
He said it! I love that. I love that in that moment he could have kept walking by himself, but he remembered his friend and what his friend went through.
Yep. Oh, no, pattern.
実際ただの強盗じゃないか。何が違うってんだ。ああ、そんなに畑が欲しければ。クヌード、お前は昔ゲインズバルで言ったよな。この地上に楽土を作る、そう思っているか。親だのか。いかにも世はバイキングの親だの
Did he not hear what Thorfinn just said?
北海最強のバイキングである。北欧最大の半島を滑る支配者を率いる将来。世の力は人知を超え可能にする。見よ、世の力であの波を沈めてみせよう。
Oh.
との名において波を沈まれ。見たか、そなたたち。
Okay, he has a point. He's not just crazy.
知っているリスクということは、奴の定めた条理に逆らうということ。神の反逆だ。奴の定めに従っていては、人間は幸福になればバイキング。この混乱と破壊の担い手を、恐怖の略奪者を、者たちを救う。楽土建設など到底かなわない。バイキングを救う。戦士、御師、その力を束ね、楽土へ向かわせることができる者は、世を置いて他にはおらぬ。力が人を束ね、神と戦う。
Naturally.
Some hard shit though.
すごい男だ、クネート。俺には思いつきもしなかった。バイキングを救うために今日てめえに殺される人間は誰が救うんだ。バイキングは力になるから生かして、けど建設が効いて呆れるぜ。俺はエセルネットに村を焼かれ真っ平だ。これ以上お前らの犠牲になってたまるかよ。恨むなら恨む。そなたに許されようとは思わぬ。だとこのよせ、エイナル。農場から手を引く気はないんだな。何、ケテルの富は世の事業に必要。焦ればどうするトルフ。
God, this is so frustrating.
世を殺すか。
He could. He could.
殺さぬ限り世をと。
Well, that went just about kind of how I thought it was going to. Because
Yeah.
they're both so different now. Like, I just kind of figured Canute would be different from his ideals when he first met Thorfinn. Just like Thorfinn is different from his ideals when he first met Canute.
Yeah.
Even if he were, Canute was kind of expressing those kind of same
Yeah.
intentions earlier. I think the power's gone to his head.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's the fucking him. He runs this shit. He could
Yeah.
he could throw his weight around
Yeah.
for sure. I don't know. I don't know what the middle ground is here for Thorfinn. It is a tough sell because, like, yeah, like they did fucking they rode over here. They got our guys now. They're gonna expect something. It's not like they're just gonna leave the farm. That's pretty insane for Thorfinn to ask.
Yeah.
But
Like, how do
see.
we get out of this situation? How do we...
what's the overall outcome that we want? I think.
And how do we even get to talking about that outcome, you know?
Yeah.
Like, how do we find if there is a middle ground, if they're
Yeah.
able to get to a middle ground where they both compromise, which I don't think Canute is open to compromising unless Thorfinn has a very good argument.
True.
I did really like how sweet that moment was when they did allow Thorfinn to talk to Canute.
Yeah.
When he could have just kept walking by himself and could have left Einar out there. But in that moment, with everything going on, getting hit 100 times, preparing yourself to see someone who's very powerful and has the ability to kill every single person that you now know, thinking in that moment, and being able to think of someone else in that moment, thinking of Einar and what he's been through, and how beneficial it would be for Einar to kind of say his piece to Canute.
Yeah.
I thought that was really sweet.
No, the whole transition between him talking to Canute was really sweet. Like just all the flashes of Thor's, you know, the finally I have no enemies phrase coming from him. He said the thing.
I feel like on the inside, I feel like when Voldemort is underneath that like bench in like, and he's just like, oh, I feel like that emotionally when he said that. Oh God.
Yeah.
My heart can't take it.
Yeah, it was great.
It started off so, I don't know, effective.
Yeah.
The meeting, he said, "You must hate me for
Thorfinn
making you a slave," and
immediately apologizes.
And Thorfinn's like, "You must hate me for leaving that scar in your face." You know, they're both holding themselves accountable by saying both those things.
Yeah.
And so, like, you kind of think it's going to go a different way, and then it just went downhill pretty fucking fast.
I mean, Thorfinn is asking a big ask.
He is, but also, Thorfinn knows the game. He knows why Canute is saying Omar killed 100 or 10? 10 men.
Yeah, he knows.
He killed 10 men.
I don't even think it was 10, though. I think they killed maybe... Well, not that it's justifiable, but I think they only killed like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Either way, it's
though,
like,
him
Thorfinn
saying,
knew that he was lying and didn't want to, you know.
Yeah, he said that they started it when it was really, you know, it was a setup.
Yeah.
Thorfinn knows that. We've all talked about it.
We're all beating around that bush.
Yeah. But it's... Yeah. He has this also figure he has to keep up in front of his men.
Yeah.
He's a fucking king. Of course, he's not going to be like, I tricked them. He's going to, of course, go with the narrative and... I know, I would say he's quite changed, though, in the 4 years. Like, maybe his ideal-wise of at least saving the Vikings, which is kind of an interesting take on everything. And even Thorfinn's like, damn, man, I haven't really thought about I haven't even thought about saving the Vikings.
Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking about the common person. I always love Canute, but it is like an interesting ideal. I think the fighting god line is pretty hard. Like we need to make a utopia for... How do we make a utopia for Vikings out here when we're just...
Isn't it already? You know? Like, somewhat...
Yeah. That's a world where you can kind of run free and...
Kill freely.
Yeah.
The thing that frustrates me the most about Canute, and just people in general, is when people lean into that villain role, you know?
Yeah.
I've talked to you about this a million times, but it's like, you see it with, like, in everyday life.
Yeah.
Like, YouTubers, you see it, I mean, obviously here, when someone's like, oh, you're like, someone random says, oh, you're a piece of shit, and then that person is like, well, hell yeah, I'm a piece of shit, I'm an asshole, and kind of like leans into that kind of character that this other person has like created of them, and kind of turned themselves into a villain. So when Einar said you're nothing but like basically like Vikings,
a thief,
just yeah, you're a thief, you're a Viking, you're just like, you know.
And he says, yeah, I am. I'm the fucking king of these
and then
Vikings.
he goes off on this rant about, you know, I'm the most powerful person in the world, that you couldn't even comprehend how powerful I am.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's so frustrating when characters, it's interesting to see.
Yeah.
I like watching it. just because it's interesting to see how far people like that will take it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like it, but it's interesting
Yeah. Yeah.
and frustrating.
It is frustrating. I mean, their whole conversation, like, you wish, of course, they could achieve some peace, but both of them are on two extreme ends, and it's like, can we, like, yeah, and I think Thorfinn knows that, and, like, if he wants to have this peaceful way of living, he knows that there's gonna have to be some middle ground, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's where he's gonna try to take this, but going back to Canute, too, I do like that he's kind of, I don't know, he's very smart, though. He's, like, in the 4 years,
Yeah.
he's gotten real good at his shit, because he is just, like, he does flex, like, I'm this powerful, I could stop these waves, and then he's just like, nah, man, I'm not shit, I just, these people follow me, and he's, like, he appeals to the everyday, the everyday Viking, like, he's no different than them, he is just, like, he's with them, he's just doing a good job at making his troops probably feel like, this is the motherfucker I need to ride with.
Yeah. It's still a little confusing, like everything that he was saying. Like I get it. I get like the bullet points that he was making, but the way he was like kind of phrasing everything was kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell if he was just like crazy when he was like, watch the waves.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, he wasn't crazy. He was just kind of like getting around to a point
He was,
that,
he's not any different than
But
a
he
lot
wants
of
to
these
fight
people.
God.
Yeah, he's just the commander. He's the one that's been chosen to lead the Vikings, and yeah, all the characters are really just good to dissect here with Vinland. Anyways, I like them all, but Canute's always been a special one.
I have faith in both of them. I have
Yeah.
faith in both Canute, and I have all the faith in Thorfinn.
Yeah,
I feel like they can both, at the end of the day, they want to create a place,
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether, Canute can, I feel like, oh God, I feel like because Thorfinn knew him before he became this
Yeah.
hardened Viking chief, I don't know. I just feel like there was a certain bond that, that they had, especially like knowing each other when they were both at a pivotal moment in their lives.
Yeah.
And being able to talk about back then,
Mm-hmm.
being able to talk about what you wanted
I know.
in the world. I feel like that carries some weight
Yeah.
in this conversation that's gonna happen. Hopefully that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that it's gonna end with a fight right here. I don't think that they're gonna kill Einar and Thorfinn and then that's just obviously that's not the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you there.
I feel like I could talk about
Yeah, we
Vinland
always
forever.
we
How long
always
are our
do.
videos usually? Like for Vinland?
On Patreon, they're like between 40 and 50 minutes
Oh
sometimes.
my god.
Yeah, we talk a lot. But, yeah. This is actually a shorter one, I think. But, yeah.
I can keep going.
No, I think we get the point here. But, like, yeah. It's just two opposite ends right now. But, like you said, there's lots of inner... I don't know. They could relate to each other a lot, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they could kind of bounce their ideologies off each other and come to an understanding here at least. But yeah,
maybe Canute can kind of, or maybe Thorfinn can kind of remind Canute of what his ideals were
Mm-hmm.
before his, I don't know, sympathy was
just
tainted by the world.
Yeah.
And maybe Canute can also bring Thorfinn to remember how the world kind of is at this moment. And it's like there's certain things that could happen, couldn't happen, should happen, shouldn't happen, I feel like, oh man, if we could just hug it out.
Yeah. Do we get a hug at the end of this? That'd be sick. That's it. Thank you guys for dropping by. Give us a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, hit the notification bell. In the Void Anime.
Ash.
Joey Bra.